Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. I have to apologize. Excuse me, guys. Yesterday I did a video on the investment by NEO into UXIN, but I forgot to mention a couple details that was very important. And I do apologize for that. But it's bigger. The deal is actually bigger than I thought. UXIN announced on Friday, yesterday, that Neo Capital and Prestige Shine Group Limited, yes, another huge company, will invest 50 million in the Chinese used car company to help it build up to 6 more superstores in 2026. You heard that right. That's on top of what the government is going to help UXIN, the provincial governments. On top of that, I believe it's the provincial governments are going to help UXIN build another 5 to 6 superstores on top of that as well. So we're looking at about 11 more superstores next year. How you guys like them apples? You see, like I said, it's just common sense and critical thinking skills. This company follows the same trajectory as Carvana. It's going to be a monster in China. It says Neo Capital will fund 20 million of the deal, while Prestige Shine Group will invest another 30 million. UXIN is selling about 5.25 billion Class A ordinary shares, equivalent to 2.859 per American depository receipt, $2.859. UXIN currently operates 5 used car superstores in China: Xi'an, Haifei, Wuhan, and Zhengzhou. And it's announced on Friday that it has entered into a definitive share subscription agreements with Neo Capital, a company that's owned by our emperor himself, and Prestige Shine Group Limited to raise 50 million. Now, I said it before that whatever William Lee touches, it turns to gold. And let me explain what I mean by that. He's a genius CEO. He's a genius entrepreneur. So it only makes sense that when he invests into something, most likely that something will also grow. I don't invest into other EV companies except NEO, but I do invest into other companies that help complement NEO or has nothing to do with the EV industry whatsoever, because I will not buy into BYD or Lucid or none of them because I already have the winner, in my honest opinion. But I will invest into other companies like I did with SoFi that is doing something totally different to NEO. That's fintech. The Chinese used car company said that proceeds from the deal will primarily be used to launch 4 to 6 new used car superstores in 2026. As per the deal, Neo Capital will invest 20 million and Prestige Shine Group will contribute 30 million to acquire about 5.25 billion Class A ordinary shares of the Chinese used car company. The proceeds from this financing are expected to provide sufficient capital to support the launch of 4 to 6 new superstores in 2026, while also strengthening our balance sheet and further enhancing our overall financial resilience. Looking ahead, we will continue to execute our established strategy, steadily expanding our operations and further strengthening our position in China's used car retail market. The CEO said yesterday, currently they operate 5 used car superstores in China. On December 16, the company opens its latest store in Jinyan, following openings in Xi'an, Haifei, Wuhan, and Zhengzhou. In November, the company announced a strategic partnership with Tianjin government, to jointly open the UXIN Tianjin used car superstore with local companies. The first phase of the superstore is expected to open in the first half of 2026. In the same month, the company announced a similar deal with the local government in Yunchuan. So they're getting massive government support, and I talked about that. The government in China love helping the most innovative companies that they see are going to be winners to go ahead. And they're following the same trajectory as Carvana is doing here in America, because the CEO, and I mentioned that many times, went to school in America and learned from usedcar.com, cars.com, sorry, and companies like that, Carvana and stuff. And he mentioned that in earnings call, and he mentioned not on earnings call, sorry, on Bloomberg and CNBC and stuff whilst being interviewed. So it gave me great confidence to see that this company, having the most automated refurbishing facility in the world, China having the largest used car market in the world, which William Li rightfully mentioned, and they're doing a business model that the young Chinese love, just like the young Americans, buying stuff right off the phone that comes with guarantees. This is why I've always said on my videos, I'm teaching you to, well, I shouldn't use the word teaching, sorry, I'm bringing awareness to you guys, capturing these companies at the ground level, whilst the Tatavosian and the propaganda machines here in America and the West will tell you to only buy when the company becomes profitable, and their boys have already bought in on Wall Street, and the stock has hit $20, $30, just like what will happen with NIO. That's when they'll tell people, oh, they're turning things around, it's time to buy in. But having basic common sense and critical thinking skills will allow you to be able to get in at the ground level, having the patience and the conviction, because you're looking at the business model and not the stock, and that's how you're going to become multi-millionaires. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, boop, 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 don't forget to hit that thumbs up, because it takes a long time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.